Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth no matter where they start, while others work hard for years and still struggle financially? Is it bad luck? A low salary? The economy? Those things matter, but they are rarely the biggest reason. The truth is that wealth is built through daily habits, not one lucky moment. Every decision you make with your time, your money, and your mindset either moves you closer to financial freedom or keeps you trapped in the same cycle. Most poor people don't stay poor because they lack intelligence. They stay poor because they unknowingly repeat habits that slowly drain their future. The scary part? Many of these habits feel completely normal. In today's video, we'll uncover 10 habits that silently keep people poor and, more importantly, how you can replace them with habits that create lasting wealth. Watch until the end because the final habit is one that even successful people sometimes struggle with, and it may be the one holding you back the most. Let's begin. Habit number 1: living to impress others. One of the fastest ways to stay broke is trying to look rich. Think about it. How many people buy expensive phones they can't afford? Luxury clothes on credit, designer shoes, expensive cars with massive monthly payments, all to impress people who probably don't care. Here's something wealthy people understand. Rich people buy assets first. Poor people buy appearances first. Imagine two friends earning the exact same income. The first spends every bonus on new gadgets and expensive dinners. The second invests the same money into learning new skills, stocks, or a small business. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. One still has bills. The other owns assets that continue making money. Remember this quote from Warren Buffett: "If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you do need." Every purchase should answer one question: does this make me look richer? Or does it actually make me richer? The answer changes everything. Habit number 2: depending on only one source of income. Millions of people believe one paycheck equals financial security. It doesn't. One unexpected layoff, one economic downturn, one health problem, and suddenly everything changes. The wealthy rarely depend on only one income stream. They build multiple sources. Maybe they invest. Maybe they own rental properties. Maybe they run an online business. Maybe they earn royalties. Maybe they build digital products. The point isn't becoming rich overnight. The point is reducing risk. Imagine a table with only one leg. It falls immediately. Now imagine a table with 6 strong legs. Even if one breaks, the table still stands. Your finances should work the same way. Ask yourself today: if my main income disappeared tomorrow, how long could I survive? If the answer scares you, it's time to start building another income stream. Even £100 a month in extra income is a beginning. Every empire starts with one brick. Habit number 3: never investing in yourself. Many people happily spend hundreds on entertainment, but hesitate to spend even a little on education. That's backwards. Your greatest asset isn't your house. It isn't your car. It isn't even your savings account. It's your ability to earn. Every new skill increases your value. Learning communication, sales, marketing, leadership, artificial intelligence, investing, negotiation. These skills can multiply your income for decades. Think about Elon Musk. Before building billion-dollar companies, he spent countless hours reading books and teaching himself engineering, business, and technology. Knowledge became leverage. The best investment often isn't in the stock market. It's in yourself. Courses, mentors, experience. These are investments that no recession can take away from you. Ask yourself, what skill could double my income within the next 3 years? Now commit to learning it, because the person you become determines the income you earn. Transition. So far we've uncovered 3 habits that quietly destroy financial growth: trying to impress others, depending on one paycheck, and refusing to invest in yourself. But the next habits are even more dangerous because they happen every single day without people noticing. And once they become automatic, escaping poverty becomes much harder. Let's continue. Habit number 4. Procrastinating important decisions. Successful people understand something simple. Action creates opportunity. Poor habits create excuses. How often have you heard someone say, "I'll start saving next month. I'll invest when I earn more. I'll start my business someday." Years pass. Nothing changes. The perfect time never arrives. Meanwhile, someone else with fewer resources takes action, learns from mistakes, and moves ahead. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Every day you delay improving your finances is another day your future becomes more expensive. Start small. Save a little. Learn a little. Invest a little. Consistency always beats waiting. Habit number 5. Spending before saving. Imagine receiving your monthly salary. You tell yourself, "I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month." Then the bills arrive. You buy groceries. You order food. A few online shopping deals catch your eye. A weekend outing seems harmless. Suddenly, the month is over, and there's nothing left to save. This cycle repeats month after month. Years pass, yet your savings never grow. The wealthy reverse this process. Instead of spending first and saving later, they save first and spend what's left. This is called paying yourself first. Think of your savings as a bill you owe to your future self. Before paying anyone else, pay your future. Even if it's only 10% of your income, consistency matters far more than the amount. Imagine two people earning the same salary. The first spends everything. The second automatically saves a portion every month. After 10 years, the difference isn't just money. One has freedom. The other has stress. Savings create options. Options create confidence. Confidence creates opportunity. Remember this. Income doesn't make you wealthy. The gap between what you earn and what you spend does. Habit number 6. Wasting hours on entertainment instead of growth. Everyone deserves rest. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a movie, playing games, or scrolling through social media once in a while. The problem begins when entertainment becomes your lifestyle instead of your reward. Think about this. The average person spends hours every day watching short videos, binge-watching shows, or endlessly scrolling through social media. Now imagine investing just one of those hours each day into learning. 1 hour reading. 1 hour improving your skills. 1 hour studying investing. 1 hour building an online business. 1 hour learning artificial intelligence. 1 hour practicing communication. 1 hour writing. 1 hour networking. That single hour becomes over 365 hours every year. That's equivalent to several months of full-time learning. Small daily improvements create extraordinary results over time. Consider two friends. One spends every evening consuming content. The other spends 1 hour creating content, learning a valuable skill, or building a business. 5 years later, their lives are dramatically different. One wonders why life feels unfair. The other has become the person opportunities naturally find. Successful people protect their time because they understand a simple truth. Time is more valuable than money. You can always earn more money. You can never earn back lost time. Ask yourself honestly, how much time did you spend today creating something valuable, compared to simply consuming entertainment? The answer may reveal exactly why your financial situation hasn't changed. The hidden cost of comfort. Comfort is one of the biggest enemies of success. Your brain naturally wants the easiest option. Sleeping longer. Watching one more episode. Scrolling for another hour. Ordering takeaway instead of cooking. Avoiding difficult conversations. Putting off important work until tomorrow. Each decision feels insignificant, but together they shape your future. Success isn't about making one heroic decision. It's about making the right decision repeatedly, even when it's uncomfortable. The people who build wealth aren't always the smartest. They're often the ones willing to stay uncomfortable a little longer than everyone else. They read when others watch television. They learn while others complain. They invest while others spend. They build while others wait. Comfort gives temporary happiness. Discipline creates permanent freedom. A simple challenge. For the next 7 days, track how you spend your time. Write down everything. Every minute spent on social media. Every hour spent watching videos. Every hour spent learning. At the end of the week, ask yourself one question. Is this schedule creating the future I want? Most people never ask this question. That's why most people never change. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. Powerful reflection. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. There are 2 versions of you. The first kept making excuses, kept spending without saving, kept choosing comfort over growth, kept saying, "I'll start next month." Now imagine the second version. This person started saving immediately, learned one valuable skill every year, read books consistently, invested wisely, protected their time, built multiple income streams. Both futures begin with today's decisions. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's habits. Habit number 7. Living with constant debt. Debt can be a useful financial tool when managed wisely. A mortgage that helps you buy a home. A business loan that helps grow a profitable company. These can create value. But most people aren't using debt to build wealth. They're using debt to finance their lifestyle. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now pay later purchases, car loans for vehicles they can't truly afford. Every monthly payment steals money from your future. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. At first, it doesn't seem too bad. But year after year, it becomes exhausting. Debt works the same way. The more debt you carry, the harder it becomes to move forward financially. The wealthy understand one important principle. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. Before buying anything, ask yourself, will this purchase make my future easier or more difficult? If the answer is more difficult, it's probably not worth it. Financial freedom begins the moment you stop buying things with money you haven't earned yet. The debt trap. Many people believe they'll pay everything off later. But later often never comes. Interest quietly grows every month. A £500 purchase can eventually cost £700 or even more once interest is added. That's money that could have been invested, could have started a business, could have built an emergency fund. Instead, it's paying for yesterday's decisions. The goal isn't just to earn more. The goal is to keep more of what you earn. Habit number 8. Blaming everyone else. This habit is perhaps the most dangerous of all. It's easy to blame the government, the economy, your boss, your parents, your education, your circumstances. And yes, sometimes these challenges are real. Life isn't always fair. But here's the uncomfortable truth. As long as someone else is responsible for your life, you have no power to change it. Successful people ask different questions. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I do about it?" That simple shift changes everything. Responsibility isn't about blaming yourself. It's about giving yourself control. When you take ownership, you begin searching for solutions instead of excuses. Maybe you can't control inflation, but you can control your spending. Maybe you can't control your salary today, but you can control the skills you develop for tomorrow. Maybe you can't control where you started, but you can control where you're going. Every successful entrepreneur has faced setback, failed businesses, rejected ideas, financial losses, but they refused to stay victims. Instead, they adapted, they learned, they improved, and eventually they succeeded. The power of ownership. Imagine 2 people losing their jobs. The first spends months complaining, blaming the company, blaming the economy, waiting for someone to rescue them. The second updates their resume, learns new skills, starts networking, applies for better opportunities, maybe even launches a small side business. Both experienced the same problem. Only one chose growth. Your future is shaped less by what happens to you, and more by how you respond. The wealth mindset. Wealth begins in the mind before it appears in your bank account. People with a growth mindset believe, I can learn. I can improve. I can adapt. I can become more valuable. People with a fixed mindset believe, I'm unlucky. I'll never be rich. People like me don't succeed. The system is against me. Which person do you think takes more action? Which person builds more confidence? Which person eventually creates more opportunities? Your beliefs influence your actions. Your actions create your result. If you change your thinking, you begin changing your future. A simple exercise. Tonight, take a piece of paper. Write down every excuse you've been using. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know where to start. Now write one action beside each excuse, no matter how small, because action breaks fear, and progress destroys excuses. Habit number 9. Avoiding calculated risk. Many people believe successful people are fearless. They're not. The difference is that successful people take calculated risks, while unsuccessful people often avoid risks altogether. Think about it. Every opportunity in life comes with uncertainty. Starting a business, applying for a better job, learning a new skill, investing in the stock market, speaking in front of an audience, moving to a new city. Nothing great comes with a guarantee. Unfortunately, many people spend years waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, I'll invest when I know everything. I'll start my business when I have enough money. I'll apply when I feel more confident. But confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. Every successful entrepreneur has made mistakes. Every investor has experienced losses. Every successful speaker was once nervous. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Imagine two people standing at the edge of a bridge. One spends years analyzing every possible danger. The other prepares carefully, takes the first step, learns along the way, and eventually reaches the other side. Who changes their life? Not the smartest, not the luckiest, the one willing to move. Remember, playing it too safe is often the biggest financial risk of all. The difference between gambling and investing. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. There's a huge difference between gambling and calculated investing. A gambler hopes. An investor researches. A gambler follows emotions. An investor follows a plan. Before making any financial decision, ask yourself, have I researched this? Do I understand the risks? Can I afford to lose this money? What's my long-term goal? Successful people don't avoid risk. They manage it. Habit number 10. Giving up too soon. This is the habit that destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Most people quit long before success has a chance to appear. Someone starts a business. After 3 months with little progress, they quit. Someone begins investing. The market drops. They panic and stop. Someone starts learning a new skill. It feels difficult. They give up. But success rarely happens overnight. Think of a bamboo tree. For years after it's planted, almost nothing seems to happen above the ground. Many people assume it's dead. But beneath the surface, its roots are growing stronger. Then, in a surprisingly short period, it shoots up dramatically. Success often works the same way. For a long time, it looks like nothing is happening. You're learning, growing, building discipline, developing experience, and then one day, everything begins to compound. People call it overnight success. They never saw the years of invisible work. The power of consistency. Imagine improving by just 1% every day. 1 extra page read. 1 healthier decision. 1 pound saved. One new idea learned. One conversation with someone inspiring. One small investment. These actions seem insignificant, but over months and years they completely transform your life. The richest people in the world understand the power of compounding. Money compounds. Knowledge compounds. Skills compound. Relationships compound. Your habits compound too. Every small action is like planting a seed. You may not see results immediately, but eventually you'll harvest what you've been planting. Your new financial identity. Now ask yourself a simple question. Who do I want to become? Not, how much money do I want? Because money follows value, and value follows identity. If you become disciplined, money respects you. If you become reliable, opportunities find you. If you become a lifelong learner, your income usually grows with your knowledge. The goal isn't to chase money. The goal is to become the kind of person who naturally creates wealth. The 30-day challenge. Here's a challenge for everyone watching. For the next 30 days, read at least 10 pages of a good book every day, save a small percentage of every paycheck, spend less than you earn, learn one new skill for 30 minutes daily, exercise your body to improve your energy, limit social media and unnecessary entertainment, track every pound you spend, write down one financial goal every morning, take one action that your future self will thank you for. Do this consistently for 1 month. You won't become a millionaire overnight, but you'll become someone who is moving in the right direction. And that's where every success story begins. Final message. Remember, being poor isn't a permanent identity. For many people, it's a temporary situation. But staying poor often becomes the result of repeated habit. Today you've learned the 10 habits that quietly keep people poor. Living to impress others, depending on only one source of income, not investing in yourself, procrastinating important decisions, spending before saving, choosing entertainment over growth, living with unnecessary debt, blaming everyone else, avoiding calculated risks, giving up too soon. You don't have to change everything today. Just choose one habit, master it, then move on to the next. Small improvements, repeated consistently, create extraordinary lives. Outro. If this video inspired you, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson from Mind Wealth. Every week, we share powerful insights on wealth, success, psychology, discipline, and financial freedom to help you become the best version of yourself. Leave a comment below. Which of these 10 habits are you going to break first? Your answer might inspire someone else to change their life. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep building your wealth. This is Mind Wealth, where success begins with the right mindset.